You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Fuck, Eddie.
Fuck.
Fucking hell.
Fuck's right.
Fucking hell.
As we wallow in the aftermath here
Yeah.
on the tubes, you know, it was a night of hope and optimism.
I tell you when it started poorly, and like this, obviously hindsight's 2020, but like when I look back and things were wrong from the start,
Yep.
it was the national anthem.
Awful. You and I, Tom, how many times have we talked about this? Either you and I off camera, on camera, off air, on air, in the green room, in the blue room. Those sort of things set the tone.
Fucking hell.
They set the tone. Are you telling me that Joseph is put into the right headspace off the back of that song?
He was probably rattled from it, to be honest.
100%
Now, I
he was.
mean, you could argue that he plays for fucking Samoa, and the anthem may not have meant that much to him, but I'm not going to say that. But he's
still
Australian.
He's still Australian.
He's still
Still
Australian. He's
Australian.
still Australian. He's an Australian boy. He's going to get play for the Wallabies. He's Australian. But like, what the fuck are we doing with that? Now, I will say this: the guy's suit was fantastic. The suit was cool.
Listen.
But that's not.
If it
you're
was-
here to sing the anthem, you fucking idiot. Stop doing some fucking Angus and Julia Stone folk rendition. Like, what are we doing? Luke Bracey, friend of the show, handsome devil. He made a great point. He said, "This isn't your fucking Triple J Unearthed audition, cunt. sing the fucking national anthem."
You're not trying to book gigs here, bruh.
What are you doing, dude? This isn't you fucking in front of a few punters down at the Marley or whatever fucking live music venue there is in Sydney that no one knows.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him with a few CDs sitting at the fucking base of his feet.
Fucking definitely. He had his guitar case open and he was trying to...
100%. That
Mate.
cunt thought he was busking, mate, on the biggest stage.
Not the time for it, mate. It's not the time for you trying to hock your lame CDs. We're about to fucking go to battle here.
This is Origin,
This is
mate.
State of Origin. Get John Williamson. I don't know if he's still with us. If not, may he rest in a heavenly peace. Like, find someone. Fucking get Delta back. She's in the Maldives doing something. And fly her over. I
Delta
don't
can
mind.
sing, mate. She can sing.
She
Sing the
can
house
sing. Get him
down.
to belt the fucking anthem out. Sing it right. Don't put some weird tone changes on it, key changes. Sing it the way that the fucking whoever the freaks were that invented it intended.
I completely agree. And the more I think about it, the more I think that was that bloke's like a version.
It was.
He took the anthem.
It was him.
And he fucking butchered it.
Mate, listen, Triple J on Friday morning like a version of the national anthem. He should be shot. Everyone's like, why do we lose? Like, it was Sua'ali'i send-off and Ashley Klein's in the fucking gun barrel. Don't you worry about that, punters and dribblers. We're coming for that bald cunt. But
we're moving through it. We're moving through them systematically.
We've got to go. This is us clearing a building of potential, terrorists. And on the ground floor, we start at that piece of shit who sung the national anthem.
Correct. Now,
with respect to you, sir.
Correct. Tom and I are SWAT.
Yeah.
Great movie, and shout out to it.
Colin Farrell. LL Cool J, I think, maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe not. That may be NCIS.
Could be a completely different thing.
Could be a TV show.
Not the point. So we started really poorly. And it didn't set the tone for anyone. I wasn't at the ground. Obviously, we're doing the live stream, critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
It must have been flat out there.
Yeah, dude. Anyone who spoke about that live national anthem is like, that thing was a pile of rugby league shit. Now, I don't want to turn, because I'm still on level 1 here.
Yeah.
But part of level 1 is also Channel 9 or the NRL. I'm not sure who books the busker to perform his like a version national anthem.
Mate.
But apparently another
Who
friend of the
booked
show,
the busker?
the hitman, he said that it's like it was a cross promotion for like some sort of musical that's in town. And then he...
my God.
Yeah.
Is that is that the time?
That's how little respect they have for the sanctity of State of Origin. Is to
get your grubby little thespian hands off.
This isn't the time to peddle
the pinnacle
wares,
of rugby league.
Stop pushing shit on me, right? This is the national anthem. The other one, and again, it's in our chat group. The one that the name is inappropriate to mention. They did this a couple of years ago. I forgot about this. And if we can get it up on this TV right next to us, it'd mean a lot. Annie. You know that little red-headed fucking movie, the chick is a little redhead, Annie?
Yeah, the red
orphan, the redhead orphan.
I was trying to think what happened to her.
Apparently they once trotted her out, an American kid, to sing the anthem.
Oh,
and
God.
I saw photos, but I almost am like, it's too shocking to believe.
Well, surely we learn our lesson then.
We don't learn our lesson,
You would have thought... What's next? Are we going to have fucking Magic Mike out there? You know what I mean? All the boys shirtless.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free.
Mate, you'd have all the Sheilas dripping, but fucking hell.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, I mean, what's it turning into?
What the fuck's this turning into? This fucking sideshow. It's the fucking pinnacle of the sport. We got Channing Tatum with blood in his shaft, fucking humping a mic stand. Not what the Diggers died for.
No. They'd be turning their grave.
Fucking oath they would.
Oh, my God. Some yank with a fucking shove. Grinding on fucking... So that needs to be looked at. And speaking directly to PVL now, that needs to be looked at quickly. And it needs to be addressed.
You're a dear friend. We love you, but we can't have that.
No.
We can't have that. We can't have that. There's kids watching, Pete.
Come on, mate.
We can't have a half-heart Channing Tatum fucking holding his cock. It's a showpiece event in the game. Yeah. So look, that was the first concern. Yeah, it was in New South Wales, so it was like we were hosting. You know what I mean?
No, it was our doing. It was our doing. It was our
do. We were hosting at Do, and we fucking put on some really etched performance.
Oh, disgraceful.
Yeah, that's not right. So that was the first. Yeah.
It was this guy. It was the bloke Dylan Wright who won Australian Idol this year.
Oh no, disrespect
even worse,
here, Dylan. But
even
for fuck's
worse.
sake.
Like the fact that no one knew the fuck you are is evidence that you shouldn't have been. up there.
The suit though. The suit fucked all the way. It fucked the house down.
But that was the problem.
No, it was too good.
Is that he was trying to let the suit do the talking.
Well, that's it.
Or the singing.
Well,
if the suit was singing, it would have been a different tune.
Mate, listen, I'm all for that suit singing the game too.
It's just a suit up there. Oh, yeah, that'd be all right.
Put it on a mannequin.
So
that's
kick off.
Floor one cleared.
Yeah, cleared that bitch.
Cleared it.
Floor two.
Okay. The worst referee in the history of rugby league. And I say that with respect because I feel like I might need to. That was... and I don't know how much the bunker had a part to play in this. Like, in terms of with the bunker, obviously, probably, like, give him some
Buck stops with him.
Buck stops with Klein.
You would think.
Of course,
final
he
say.
does. And obviously, he's also not the best referee. Who's the other referee that we were talking about last night? Adam G. Did the grand final, best grand final almost you've ever seen. Best ref grand final.
That's what people literally, like, cunts that have seen winners, the old boys, they were like, that's the best ref grand final of all time.
And I'd have to agree with them, Eddie. And obviously, you know, that was all anyone was talking about last week, was that Adam G. refereed the greatest rugby league grand final of all time. I think it was NRL 360, Buzz Rossfield. He is as old as the fucking sun.
Correct.
And
seen
winters.
That's
and right. He knows. So wipe the fucking Busker-based tears off my face. Fuck me.
So the fact that they rolled out Ashley Klein, who
just doesn't have. He never has a sense for the occasion. He always wants to be fucking involved. You know what I mean? He wants to.
I don't know what Adam G looks like, and that's the point.
I don't either,
and that's
dude.
the point.
I don't either.
That's the point.
I know what Ashley Klein looks like.
Because it's all about him.
It is, dude.
It's all about me.
Honestly, I could not tell you if there was a gun to my head and it was like, listen, dude, you need to tell me who Adam G is. I'm dead.
I can think of one person and one person only. Andrew G.
I think of Mr. G from Summer Heights High.
So, exactly. There you go. Or the letter G. Capitalised.
Yeah, no, of course, capital. I don't see the lowercase G. We're on the same page. Good to know. Good. So
they roll out AK, who, again...
He's a lowercase G.
He's a lower, yeah. I mean...
He's a lowercase something.
He doesn't ever have a swirl at the bottom of the can.
No, don't show me his face. I don't want to know.
No, I don't want to know either.
Don't show me Adam G's face.
I'm happy living in a world where I just see a capitalised G.
Yeah, that's all I want. Because, again,
So he gets nabra'd brutally when obviously he's the best ref in the game. Ashley Klein comes in, all about me, Klein.
Yeah.
And has to make a tough call. He does.
It is a tough call.
However, and everyone's crapping on Campy, it's a send-off, Guru, like all these blokes that like to try and be like really sensible about their views are all saying it's a send-off.
Yeah, stop being so fucking sensible, all right? Like, be honest.
I'm sorry, but there's no room for sensible in Origin.
No. But also,
it's about the contest, and it's about the fucking experience, and it's about being entertained. And the moment Sua'ali'i was sent off, it fucked the whole game.
7 minutes into the game, to have the game over, it's just, people are all like, there's 80,000 people out of that stadium. Everyone, millions of people watching around the country. The build-up is huge. There's only 3 games every year.
We're all touching ourselves.
Everyone's fucking touching themselves. I almost think you shouldn't be allowed to send someone off in Origin. You have an 18th man. If it's like a send-offable offence, and everyone's like, you gotta fucking send off that shit. AFL don't send anyone off. They don't even have red cards. So it's not like you have to have it. He can stay on the field, Sua'ali'i, and again, or if it happens the other way, like Jai Arrow, can you just look that up when Jai Arrow knocked Tedesco out? Did he get sent off and then picked him up while he was fucking dead basically on the field? You have to be able to have a sense for the occasion. If it's a round 3 game in fucking Canberra, send him off. Send him off before the game starts. No one cares.
You can't. Don't start trying to tell me that the games are ref the same in Origin and in. Don't tell me that, because we know they're not. We know they're not. You're talking shit. That's a fucking flat out lie, and you know it is. The games have always been ref differently, which is why I'm so pissed off. Because here's the truth of the matter. And I'm going to start regurgitating facts right now off the back of 100% footy. Apparently, the Origin period, right, does like 40% of the revenue for the whole fucking year in the broadcast revenue. Like
that's the jewel.
Origin is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Right? And you want the punters, the fence sitters, you know what I mean? Even my wife, Sheila's inclusive, that don't love their footy, right? To be going, I want to watch State of Origin. And if you sit down and 7 minutes in, someone gets sent off and all the energy just leaves the room.
Gone.
Who benefits out of that?
No, and
who benefits?
No one does. Well,
yeah,
Queensland.
but all the hardcore fucking rugby fans, mate, that's a send off every day. Shut the fuck up. We're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about State of Origin
exactly.
Here. And the game was fucking ruined, and you know it was.
It was ruined. And people going, oh, fucking typical New South Wales thinking the game's over once sent off. It's like, cunt. It was fucking over. New South Wales, to their credit, were brave. And that's like the saddest thing you can say after an Origin loss. It's like, fuck, they were brave. You're like, that's the saddest thing ever. Yeah, they were brave. They tackled their hearts out.
It's like dying honourably. You're still dead.
You're still dead, dude. You seppuku'd yourself. Like, we're fucking... It was just, the game was ruined. And even here when we were doing the stream, it was like, well, fuck, this thing, not like it's going to be a tough carry because you're still watching footy with your mates. It's not the hardest job in the world. But it's just like, you know what's going to happen. Send him for 10. And you go, oh, well, Queensland are a man down. 18th man. Kafusi came in. Like, fuck.
They weren't a man down. Hammer went to fullback. Cobbo went to centres.
No,
they were fine.
as in the rotation, like on their bench. But
They got what? They got an 18th man.
Yeah, Kafusi came in. So, and then some cunt's like, well, it's not like for like. I'm like, well, of course it's not, because there's only one Reece Walsh in existence, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Of course it's not going to be literally.
Yeah.
There's literally only one of him. So, of course it's not going to be like for like. But that's not the point. The point is that you are trying to keep the game going. Like, you
ruined the contest. You ruined the contest. And I'd go a step further, if you don't mind. You fucked the series, basically.
Yeah.
You've pretty much fucked the series.
Of course we can go and win the next two games.
That's not guaranteed, obviously.
Statistically speaking.
But let's just be honest and use statistics and history. History tells us we're fucked.
Yeah.
That's what it tells us.
Yeah.
And history, it has lessons to tell, right?
Yeah. Mother history.
Now, you cannot dispute those truths, punters and dribblers. Even if you're yelling at your fucking radio going, bullshit, I don't care. Those truths cannot be disputed. Next point. Because Reece Walsh slips over, which everyone in existence agrees with, there is no malice. It wasn't intentional.
He was going to put on just a good, honest state of origin here.
It was a young kid, all right, who's big and strong and sexy and gorgeous.
So sexy, dude.
Right? Who is in his first origin game. He's probably had one of the great rev ups in the sheds of all time by his skip, Jake, who we will be getting to.
Oh, don't worry, mate. We haven't got to that level yet.
Oh, that's getting one of the great clean outs.
We're cleaning out that level. Don't you worry about that.
Gracious, mate. I've got a lot to say.
I've got a lot to say.
And I'm coming for all you cunts that have wronged my boy.
Yeah, fucking oath we are.
Now, he's been given one of the great rev ups all time, Tom, and he goes out there. The game's quick, lightning quick. We're down, I think, at this point, 6-0, and he just wants to insert himself. He wants to make a big tackle so the boys are fucking buoyed, right? He wants to buoy boys. That's all he wants to do.
And he's coming up and putting pressure on their live wire fullback.
Exactly, because he goes, if I lay this prick out, maybe he's a step slower next time, and we can control him a bit better. Makes a heap of sense. Fucking oath. He goes in. It's chest height, punters and dribblers. He's going to hit that sternum and plough that thing into the core of the earth. Reece slips. Accident. That is not malice. There's no intent there. There's intent to feed a cunt.
Yeah, there's intent to feed.
But feed a sternum.
Well, he's down at the hobby farm with intent to feed. He's got a handful of feed. He's got a handful of feed with absolute intent. The 100%. Guy slips. He fucking slips. Where's the fucking... And this is actually across the NRL generally. If you slip into a tackle... Then how the fuck is that? They're like, what the fuck is Joseph Sua'ali'i going to do? Moving at the speed of light. About to fucking feed a sternum. How's he meant to change his fucking... How's he meant to do anything?
Mate, well, you know what they've done, Tom? You know what they've basically done? They've essentially said to the punter...
Fuck, it was a big hit. I'm just looking at it on the screen. Fuck, it was huge.
Yeah, but I mean, think about that. Speed of light at the sternum feeds him.
Yeah.
Game's changed. Different game. Now, they've essentially said you're not allowed to put big hits on.
Yeah.
Because the risk of trying to put one on is too great. Because you get a slip in there, you're fucked.
You're fucked. It's... Also, look, I mean, I'm reaching here, but Reece Walsh has got some of that WWE hair. You know, the wrestlers get their hair long to make it look worse when they get fucking hit. It shakes. That hair does 90% of the fucking heavy lifting in that tackle. It shakes out of control.
So if he was bald, he's play on?
Well, if he's bald, I think Joseph Suaalii is still playing right now.
So if he's bald, he gets 10, you think?
I think so, because it just doesn't look as bad. So anyway, he irons out Reece, who we hope is doing well. And
thoughts and prayers
with Reece. I mean, he seemed like he was all right after the game.
I have no bones to pick with Reece.
No bones to pick with Reece. Handsome as all hell. Two hot guys. That was hot on hot crime.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a porno.
Oh, mate,
That's Magic Mike stuff.
Oh.
Let those two cunts sing the anthem.
Oh, yeah.
You know
that
what
was
I mean?
hot.
That was hot.
Mate, it was hot.
That was hot and steamy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Little twink just gives it
Gets
up for
dominated by a bigger twink.
Yeah.
By a big, smooth alpha.
Both so smooth, dude. So smooth.
They might be the two smoothest players in the NRL.
In the history of it.
Like, there's not a scary... Below the eyebrows, they're bald as badgers, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, ball below the eyebrows. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, that's hot. That's hot stuff. Someone should put some sexy music just to that hit. Anyway, he gets sent off. Game fucked. As he's leaving the field, Nate Miles of Fed by Paul Gallen fame gave him a proper bake. Was like, enjoy your fucking debut. And then Billy Slater in the post game was furious. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself on that one. Like, can we fucking... And again, I'll give Billy and the benefit of the doubt that it was fresh. But, like, it calmed the fuck down here, right? It's a game of rugby league football, right?
No. Not just a game of rugby league football. State of origin.
Exactly. But, like, calm down. No one's going out there to try and fucking knock someone out. Can we just relax, please?
And you know, Billy, that he slipped over, and that's why. Otherwise, your boy was going to get his sternum fed.
Yeah, that's all. I'd be actually a little bit happy because that sternum was in for one of the great feedings. He might have had to go off anyway.
Yeah. Mate, sternums, they're a tricky fix.
I've hurt my sternum before. It's a real pain in the ass.
Pain in the sternum.
Pain in the sternum.
A real pain in the sternum. So, Billy, the bush poet, shut up, mate.
Relax.
Stop. Put it this way. He was sent off, right? He got 4 weeks. You got what you wanted, all right?
Yeah,
you don't have to just keep niggling away.
No. Can you get that Martin Lang tweet up? So we'll get to that in a second when you find it. But so Nate Miles gives him a bait going off, enjoy your fucking thing out. And then Sua'ali'i sort of looks back, gives him a bit of shit. I love that. Some people, like, Nate got a warning from the NRL. Like,
why?
Like, you can't be talking smack on the sideline because he's one of the Queensland coaches, I guess.
Why?
I don't know. I'm like, fucking oath, hook that shit, mate. That's Origin.
Someone needs to go down to NRL headquarters and just remind them that Nate Miles baking him, that's what sells Origin at the market.
Yeah, this is a spectacle.
If everyone gets on, right? If everyone's hugging and kissing and shaking hands and everyone's respectful and cordial, right? No one has a bad word to say, then how can you sell the rivalry? What are you selling? We've got to pretend like we hate each other more than anything for fucking 3 weeks because we do.
Yeah.
And that means that if you fucking iron out a twink, then that twink's coach is probably going to give you a bait.
Yeah.
I would be encouraging it.
Yeah.
I would be writing letters to all coaches going, I need you to step it the fuck up.
Well, that's right, mate. I think the NRL is doing that, right? It's funny. Like, it came out like
Gordy saying that he should be embarrassed. Like, that's good stuff. More of it.
But like they paid Gal a couple of years ago to talk shit about Queensland when he was playing, like calling him two heads and shit. The NRL actually paid him to do it.
Yeah, I know.
He
loves an earned Gal.
Fucking Spud Carroll and Benny Elias pre-game were like, I fucking hate Reece Walsh and he needs to get ironed out. Like, I want his eyes rolling back in his head.
Yeah, I read them last night.
Yeah, like you need that. That's all just part of selling it, right?
Yep.
Now, Martin Lang, in one of the most probably unintentional moments of hypocrisy on his Twitter, and I point you to it, has shared a photo of, I can't remember who that player is, literally choking Jason Stevens, right, in an Origin game.
Yeah.
Arm around the throat.
Yes.
Is it Jason Smith, I believe, who's doing that to Jason Stevens? I don't know. He's sharing that image of a man getting fucking
choked,
noosed by an arm.
Yeah.
And then his next tweet, if we can scroll up, I applaud the match officials. Direct contact with the head. It's a send-off. If it's a send-off in the NRL, it's a send-off in State of Origin. The same cunts who say this shit are the people who are then also going, it's a different game. It's Origin. Like, Origin's ref differently. Like,
as evidenced by his photo.
By his fucking photo that's like one below. What the fuck are we talking about?
He's trying to behead that bloke.
He's trying to behead him. He's seconding him.
He's going for an on-field seconding, and in the next breath, but that's just one-eyed bias in the extreme, right? If he was from New South Wales, he wouldn't be saying that.
No.
And that's the point. That's the point.
Yep.
Now.
Level cleared.
consider it cleared. I don't know what do they say in the SWAT? Do they just say cleared?
Clear.
Have we packed them and racked them?
Well, I think so. We've taken out everyone on that level.
Correct.
I believe so.
Next level. Now, everyone, when Jake Trbojevic was picked, was touching themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fucking right decision. We need a man that bleeds blue, that loves his state, and he would die for his people.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we wanted. Then the photos come out of Jake showing a bit of gut, right, hanging over the top of the shorts in the tight blue. You think, yes, I know Jake's going to go out there and make 80 tackles, play 80 tough, hard Origin minutes, and just carry the side on his back if he needs to. Now, I think we were all a little shocked when at the end of the game you realise poor old Jake's only played fucking 30 minutes.
It's honestly, it might be like the most disrespectful fucking thing I've ever seen in sport. Just, you pick the guy as captain and you give him 25 minutes. He made 23 tackles in those 25 minutes, or 25 tackles in those 23 minutes, whatever the fuck it was. And then he sits on the pine for fucking basically the whole game.
They put him on with 4 minutes
to
left.
go.
The captain. That is a fucking
It's a fucking disgrace. And honestly, it's almost enough for me to call for Madge's head. I'm not doing it yet because the series is still alive. But in the post game, Madge's like, "Oh yeah, we couldn't get the skipper back on because of the rotation." I'm like, explain to me that more.
It was 38-10.
We got
absolutely fucking pounded.
Explain that to me, that you couldn't get the captain back on, who makes tackles for fun. Like, the fucking... What do you mean? Just explain me that you can't get the captain on for the rest of the fucking game?
Is that it? Okay, but then, so the rotation...
Why was Isaiah on there?
So the rotation wasn't working until the last 4 minutes?
Yeah, 4 minutes. No, we can get you on now.
Oh, no, it's a line now. Perfect, we'll get him on. No, bullshit. You forgot he was on the bench. You forgot about him. And you thought, fuck, I better get the skipper back on. Disgraceful.
Honestly,
absolutely fucking disgraceful.
And then, like, what's Jake supposed to say? Like, you know, he's sitting there in the press conference. He's devastated. His team's just been completely fucked over by a multitude of people.
And hasn't played any minutes.
And he hasn't even played. He's like, yeah, it would have been nice to fucking get out there and play.
Why'd you pick him? Why'd you pick him if you're going to play him for fucking... As captain, if you're going to play him for fucking 25 minutes, essentially. I'm not even counting the last 4.
No, you don't count the last 4 already.
He played 25 minutes and then you pulled him off and that was it.
They were absolute consolation minutes, those final 4.
They don't
let him
count.
finish on the field.
They don't count.
They don't count.
It's honestly, it's a fucking disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
Why'd you pick him? Tell me why you picked him then. If you're going to play him for 25 minutes, pick him as skipper and play him 25 minutes. Oh, yeah, but our rotation was fucking Sua'ali'i went off. Care, eh?
Miss me with that shit.
Oh, but you could argue...
Isaiah was on the fucking field.
But you could argue that if we were one short, right, if we were a man short, then the rotation should have been picked up a gear because cunts would have been blowing. And you got Skip on the bench who can play 80 minutes. He can play 160 minutes of Origin. Not an issue. Not a problem in the world. Not a problem.
Not a problem in the world.
You got a bloke on the bench with the biggest engine in rugby league,
and he's a tackle machine.
And you know what? You know
what we needed because we're a man down. Someone who can make fucking tackles. The middle was working their cocks off all night because we're a man down. Put someone on there who's like, "Hey, dude, don't worry, I can go all day."
Jeez, that would have been nice. How nice would that have been?
Fuck, the disrespect, dude.
Imagine how nice that would have been.
Disrespect.
Just putting a bloke on that tackles for free.
That's the most disrespectful treatment of an Origin captain since Kirk Gidley captain from the bench.
Honestly, but can we get fair income? Kurt, he captained from the bench, but that's essentially what Jake did.
Yep.
Jake did that for 40 plus, what is that, 55 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Sat there, shivering.
That's an hour. He was on the bench for an hour, shivering, unable to inject himself in the game. Imagine
what do you say? Like, you can't even fucking you can't speak to anyone. You can't. What are you picking him for? You're picking him for his Origin spirit. You're picking him for his ability, obviously, but his ability to he is in the middle of a fucking huddle talking. He's the talker. He's get the fuck up. What are you doing? And there was none of that. And maybe we needed a bit of that because we were fucked, obviously, but we were directionless.
Absolutely directionless.
Which we'll get to. That's a couple of levels up.
Absolutely directionless. I honestly think it's probably the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
In Origin.
Yep.
Now that you might be like, that's fucking hyperbole. Joke's not that good. Bruh, he didn't. The minutes he was on the field, he ripped in. And people go, oh, look at his stat line. I'm like, that's because he didn't fucking play.
Dude, sometimes I look at the like Origin ratings the next day, and I was looking in the card, and I'm like, cunts are given like people like one rating, and I'm like, he played 7 minutes. Why are you even giving him a rating? Like, how can you say someone is like 1 out of 10? Don't you have to evaluate it on the time they were on the field?
Exactly
like,
right.
You can't go, oh, he was fucking... Matt Burton got rated a 5 and he didn't even fucking play. And Sua'ali'i got 1. I'd argue Sua'ali'i played quite well until he fucking went off the field.
Matt Burton got a 5.
I think that's a troll. That's people, you know.
Oh,
that's
right.
Bodie McBoatface.
I was going to say, what
the
the fuck? Bodie Big Boatface. Yeah, I know what you mean. Unbelievable. So, fuck you, Madge. That's fucking
dude, that's really bad. That's really bad.
Really, really, really bad.
And then people now being like, was Jake the right choice of captain? A fucking oath he was. He was given no opportunity to captain. Like, that's the fucking...
You can't say that after the fact when everyone was masturbating publicly.
Yes.
When he got picked.
We're in the Guinness World Records, largest public masturbation on record.
It was... everyone took to the streets for a rub. What are we talking about?
Thank God we had rain last night.
100%. Thank God and heavy rain, because we needed it. The drizzle wouldn't have done the job.
I fucking know that wouldn't, mate. People's feet were sticking to the sidewalk.
And then you turn around, you have the gall to turn around and go, is he the right skipper? Well, it's hard to fucking know if he didn't play.
We were basically a man down.
So, we're essentially playing with fucking 11, weren't we? If you want to get real fair dinkum. All right, level clear.
Level cleared. Madge, we're coming for you, though. Don't disrespect us again.
Punters and dribblers, mums and daddies. Podcast today brought to you by Good Day,
Correct.
the greatest multivitamin of all time.
Yep.
Of all time. It is back in stock in a big, 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 big way. The punter and the dribbler know that's flying like hotcakes.
It is flying.
And the only reason that I can come up with as to why it's flying is because it works.
Good news travels fast.
It works. It's blowing the socks off people.
Yeah.
It's blowing the knickers off people, the singlets off people.
Have you got a review for us?
You want me to get a review?
Oh, mate, I love to hear the reviews.
You like our reviews, don't
Mate,
you?
the reviews are good. I mean, like, of course we're going to talk up our own product. I get that. But obviously we're doing it genuinely and sincerely. But I like to hear from the punter and the dribbler about how they feel the product is working for them, because they are the best fucking yardstick.
Literally, okay, here's a good one. After hearing about Good Day for a few months on the pod, I decided to get some of it shipped over to Napier, NZ, Aotearoa, to our brothers and sisters over there, to test it out for myself, and I wasn't disappointed. Having a kid who has just started school and another in the Petri dish they call daycare, as soon as they got sick, I would always get sick. A week into Good Day, one got sick, nothing. The next week, the other got sick. Again, I got nothing. A modern miracle, let alone having more energy throughout the day, so I couldn't recommend it more. 5 stars. Bang, 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 bang.
BeGoodHealth.com.au, punters and dribblers. The least you can do is have a crack and see how it works for you.
Least you can do.
Next level.
Nicho
Hynes.
I don't necessarily want to dedicate a whole level to the kid, but...
This is a stairwell.
Yeah, we're on the way up.
We're on the way up.
I mean, listen, let's be honest, it's probably an entire level. Tough one for jolly old Saint Nicho, because he didn't play very well, but also we were a man down. But as I said last night on the stream that people are calling one of the most passionate New South Wales streams of all time, being a man down doesn't make you kick bad. It doesn't make you...
As far as I'm aware.
Correct. I've never played rugby professionally, rugby league.
But that's certainly what I've been led to believe. Right?
The kicking was fucking diabolical. His first one, 7 tackle set. Queensland go down the field and they score the first try through Ben Hunt, of all cunts. And I mean, a lot's got to happen after a 7 tackle set, like after a shit kick.
Was it a bad kick or not? It was.
It was a bad kick.
and it went well dead. And 7 tackles in Origin is a fuckload. You can march the whole field, and they did.
Another problem I have, which we did discuss last night, why do we want to disincentivize attacking kicking from inside the attacking zone with a 7 tackle set? Again, from both sides of the field. The reason they brought that 7 tackle set in was because to try and neutralise Billy Slater's effectiveness at fullback, teams were just pumping the ball fucking dead. From like 40 out.
As the great and the powerful Jamie Soward said, who is a dear friend of the show, it makes no sense to have that rule if the ball's kicked in the attacking 20. Doesn't make any sense. You don't get any reward. You've worked your way up to that end of the field, right? And you dink a little kick in, and you get it slightly wrong, goes dead, and then they just march the whole other way to the field. Yeah. It's almost like getting a penalty in some ways, or like a mini penalty
for trying to create some exciting football. Same with, I assume it's the same with like kick into the corners, right? Like if it goes dead in goal, but I'm not 100% sure how that works. But either way, it was a shit kick, and they went down and they scored. He didn't look like he didn't look very good out there. Now, is New South Wales the state we love, the state where we live, the state we call home? Biggest state in the country by populace, I believe.
And by heart.
And
cock size.
And cock size and flap size and tit size and arse size. I actually think by literal size. I know that, some people might say, what about Western Australia? I actually think New South Wales is bigger.
It's bigger in the right areas.
Yeah, but I actually think just by landmass. I think it's just optical. It's an illusion that WA is bigger.
So WA's got a bit of the Greenlands about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Greenland's massive. It's not.
It's tiny. WA is actually small. And you could argue New South Wales is technically the whole eastern seaboard of Australia. Queensland and Victoria just sort of like, it's like, sure. You're Queensland, but really it's just a big New South Wales state. Now, that's not the point, but it's a good one.
It's not the point. It's a separate point, but it's a great point nonetheless.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
He didn't appear to play very well to me, Tom.
No.
That's my eye. My eye was a little glazed over via Tequila and via Bailey's and Tui's new. So I wasn't watching the game with like an eagle eye necessarily, but from what I remember, he didn't light the house on fire. There was concerns going into the game that him and Luai, not great kickers of the rugby league football, will that be an issue? Turns out it was.
No, well, it was an issue. Turns out that's correct.
And then you start to ask yourself why Matt Burton wasn't at left centre. Not the point. Point is, Nicho Hynes, I think, likely to be replaced by an M&M.
Yeah. Mitchy Mose.
The
only thing that I will say or ask, Eddie, this is a question, is that do we abandon our halfbacks too quickly as a state?
Yes, we do.
So, is there a world where you go...
But I think Mitch would have been picked if he was fit.
Fair. Sorry, I'm not texting mid-show here. I had a stat that was sent to us.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do. Friend of the show, Charlie Gearside. Sorry if you didn't want me saying your name in the podcast, bro. Too late. As of 2023, 328 players have represented New South Wales and 223 have represented Queensland in State of Origin. These numbers reflect the cumulative total of players since inception. So we've used over 100 more, just a tick over 100 more. Now, obviously, there'd be many different things that go into that.
I'm not surprised by that whatsoever.
I'm not surprised by it at all, but it speaks to...
Well,
it speaks to weapons in the duffel bag, to be honest. We've got too many people to choose from and we don't know what to do.
That it's always been a weapons in the duffel bag situation. It also speaks to the fact that they had the 8-in-a-row decade of dominance where they just picked the same players all the time because they turned out to be all immortals, really.
Yeah.
Most of them. Even if they aren't officially recognised that way, they played like immortals. So, fuck you, Charlie Gearside, with that weird stat that doesn't bolster our...
Well, it doesn't help us.
It doesn't help.
But it speaks to the truth that we're discussing here. I don't know if we say fuck you to Charlie. What I mean is it speaks to, do we abandon ship too quickly? Do we march our halves on the gangplank and just get them to walk off the ship?
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I'd rather ignore that statistic for the moment if you don't mind.
Bury it.
Bury it deep within.
Yep.
Like your emotions.
Correct.
I wonder if it counts, quote unquote, that we'd be getting rid of Nicho if Mitchell Moses was going to be picked, but he was injured. It'd be like if Nicho Hynes was to be replaced with a fit Nathan Cleary.
Fair.
Would that count?
Fair. I think. Well, that would you'd be getting rid of fucking Nicho immediately if Nathan was fit.
But it wouldn't count as a quote unquote
abandoning of the ship
Nicho.
sort of thing. No, yeah. Listen, if you want to know what I think that Mitchy Mose comes in game 2. But there's also a concern that Madge of starting to question whether he can coach because of the way he treated Jake Trbojevic, and basically solely on that, I'm judging his coaching career. Is he going to be like, oh, fuck, it's hard to bloody sack anyone after that, after we played so tough with a man down, and then we're just going to go with the same team again, except for forced changes?
I wouldn't be surprised if he stays with him, to be honest. I was already a little bit nervous. I said it last week.
We all said it, Eddie.
That I was very concerned about Nicho.
We just keep some things private.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes we do. Yeah. That was a green room chat after the stream.
Yeah.
I was highly alarmed because I haven't seen enough out of him in the big games. You remember famously.
Well, even just when fucking Penrith put it on him before he got injured or concussed or whatever the fuck it was the other day.
Kicked the ball out twice on the full.
Like when the pressure is on.
Twice.
Yeah.
So,
great club footballer.
Great club footballer, doesn't like finals footy much, but that's okay. He might learn to love it. And I love Nicho. The person, and I love the way he goes about his footy. It just doesn't necessarily translate on the biggest stage under the pump when things aren't going your way. Is that just New South Wales being fucking fickle as fuck? Probably.
Maybe, but I also agree with it. And when you've got Mitchell Moses there who can kick the rugby league football, and
has been good in Origin.
And has played finals footy. He's been good in Origin. He's played finals football. He's got all the way to the big
won
dance.
finals footy games.
He's won finals footy games. Again, winning big games might be an acquired taste to the rugby league halfback. And Nicho, just like broccoli is. When you're young, you fucking hate
it. Now I love broccoli.
I love broccoli. I love it. I love Brussels sprouts.
I love vegetables now, dude.
I love them.
I used to hate them.
It's coffee.
I used to hate all that shit. Fuck yeah, dude. We used to hate tequila.
It's an acquired taste.
100%.
Winning finals football or winning big games is an acquired taste. You got to love the taste of it.
That's right.
Maybe Nicho doesn't love the taste of it yet. We hope he does. Mitchell Moses does. And he fucking had a blinder last week. Came back after 10 weeks out or whatever it was.
And had a rugby league blinder. And again, he's been there in Origin and he's done the damn thing.
Played with a broken fucking back.
And looked good.
Cut to Mike Tyson. It's spinal.
Yeah, hey.
I broke my back.
I broke my back. Did you, Mike?
Spinal.
So we will wait and watch.
The halves, but it's all anyone's going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks. And I feel for young Nicho, especially if he gets dropped afterwards. Like, if he gets dropped here, it's just you almost hope he's injured, and I say that with respect. He looked like he was injured at the end of the game. You just wonder whether it was cramp or calf.
Looked like a classic cramp to me.
It did look like a cramp.
I would like to get positive for a moment.
So would I, dude, because I was just that exhale there was like, that felt cathartic. That was nice. Have you seen the Green Mile?
Yes.
When he
and he goes,
and he burps out all those bees or whatever they are.
Yeah, that's bad spirits or whatever.
Like.
After he was pissing razor blades.
Yeah. That's what that felt
Grabs
like.
his cock and then spews them out.
Spews them all out. At least brings the mouse back to life. And
that's
shit.
right.
Michael Clark Duncan, may he rest in eternal heavenly peace.
Positives.
Yeah, positives. Spencer
Liam Martin.
Oh, bro.
Dog.
The Temora terror.
Straight up fucking dog.
Dude, that hit he put on Jermaine Hopgood was fucking beautiful.
Hook Liam Martin to my veins because...
Put him in a drip. I need an IV drip of Liam Martin.
Mate, if you woke up every morning and hooked up to a bag of Liam Martin, you would go out and dominate the world.
You'd dominate life.
You'd be a trillionaire.
You know, like those self-help gurus, it's like, hey, if you don't have a six-pack, you can't work for me. It's like, dude, if you want to
I thought you were going to say you got a door, you got a gym. You're talking about that ball guy. It's like if you don't have a six-pack, you get fired.
Yeah, he's a freak. But, like, if you don't have an IV bag of Liam Martin hooked up to you to start the day, other than Good Day, which is the equivalent to a bag of Liam Martin every
That's
morning.
essentially what you're saying.
Yeah.
In fact, it exists.
Sorry, we've already got it. We've made it.
So he's a dog.
Yeah. Spencer Leniu.
Spencer Leniu.
He's an Origin footballer.
Mate, what an inspired selection.
Dude, that was
by Madge.
Who I'm still angry at, by the way. I just want that on the public record.
Yeah.
But Spencer was an inspired selection.
Yeah. Spencer, keep your mouth shut, which you did, and play footy.
Yeah.
He only played 24 minutes.
Well, I felt like he played 44.
Surprising.
Also, just
Absolutely.
clarify, I'm still mad at Madge, not at Spencer. I'm not getting into those waters. I'm angry at Madge. Spencer comes in and plays brave Origin football.
He was terrific. I can't believe he didn't play longer.
It felt like he was there. He went off for an HIA at one
Oh,
point.
that's right. He was electric.
Still, though, like, I mean...
He was electric.
He needs to play more Origin football.
Oh, yeah, he
needs
was
to be on there a lot
great.
more.
He was great.
I saw again in these Origin ratings, which annoy me, Hamole Olakawatu was like, he got a 5. And it's like, well, yeah, you know, like he didn't do as much. He didn't really terrorise like you expect him to do. And like you see Manly, and I'm like, couple of things there. I saw him actually he felt quite ferocious in defence. He felt like he was in there just ripping. And then in terms of that sort of barnstorming, running shit close to the line, like you do need your halfback or some sort of ball player to bring you into the game in that regard. And I'm not going to discuss who is the person on his side of the field, but he was not given any opportunity to be a barnstorming runner of the football.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't allowed to barnstorm. He wasn't allowed to storm that barn.
There was no way he was able to storm a barn, dude.
He wasn't provided a barn to storm.
No. He was never given the
How are
opportunity.
you going to storm a barn if there's no barns getting around?
But, like, see, that's one where, you know, New South Wales, like, he needs to be picked again. He needs to be given opportunities to storm barns. Like, that would be a fucking absolute travesty because he also didn't play bad.
No, I think he'll be provided every opportunity.
He's got to be provided.
to storm barns.
Has to be.
I think so.
Every opportunity.
No, I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked if that weren't the case, Tom. Absolutely shocked. I'd be shocked in the extreme if that weren't the case. In the extreme. Shocked.
Extremely shocked.
Now, I tell you who else who I really think was an absolute fucking stallion out there and just did everything right by his state. Pecs, pipes, brows.
Pecs, pipes, brows.
Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows. Pecs, pipes, brows.
Pecs, pipes, brows.
Reece Robson, he can play footy.
Well, he's got pecs, he's got pipes, he's got brows.
That's all I need to say about that.
Yeah, he made fucking tackles. He did his job out there. He did his best.
I don't need to say anything else.
Pecs, pipes, brows.
He made 48 tackles, most in the game, and only missed 2.
So, okay, shock horror.
Yeah.
Shock horror. The guy with the pecs, the pipes, and the brows makes 48 tackles, misses 2. Angus Crichton in front of the show.
Yep. He's an Origin footballer already.
He's this big.
Yep. And if you can't, if you're just listening, we're talking like a femur.
He's and change.
Yeah, a femur and change on the flop. That's Angus Crichton for you.
He was great.
He was really good. He was brave. Not to be disrespectful, because bravery is disrespectful in Origin context. He was fucking good. Listen, what a return for the great man who's been through his fucking troubles and shit, ups and downs.
What a year.
He's had a great year, and to come back in Origin footy and just to really fucking have a good account. It was lovely to see, despite the fact that Ashley Klein ruined the game 6 minutes in.
Punters and Dribblers podcast, always brought to you by Neds. We shout out our good friends at Neds. They bring you About Even, the number one betting show on planet Earth. The betting show, all other betting shows, try to copy. That's right. If you were only listening to this, Eddie was
doing a Hamish Street
doing
suck
a Hamish Street degeneration, like suck it across his joints.
Oh, he's good.
He is very good.
Shout out to Hamish. Not part of the raid, just a shout out to him.
If you were following along on the Neds profiles this week, you would have seen me hitting civilian bets. You would have seen Tobler hitting civilian bets. We don't want you to follow Tobler. In fact, we want you to unfollow Tobler. But Neds is where you go if you like to have a punt. Thank you to Neds again, once again, for supporting everything we do here at Hello Sport. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
Tell you who can fucking leap, get up there and work.
Oh, Zachy Boy.
Zachy Boy Lomax.
Zachy Boy Lomax.
He can leap, that cunt.
I'm pretty sure
He's an old school leaper.
Oh, he's a jumper, Eddie.
And I tell you what we love in this nation?
Jumpers. Especially in Olympic year.
Oh, great point. Australia, if you don't know this, if you're new here, has a really strong affinity with jumping.
Well, a rich and storied history with jumping, Eddie. I think you think jumping Jai Tarima. You think Tatiana Grigorieva.
You think Stephen Hooker.
Of Yips fame, but he did win gold.
You think Jana Pittman,
Rawlinson Pittman. Sally Ferguson. You think Mitchell Stark's brother, Brandon Stark.
Just a rich and storied history.
You think David Warner celebrating his 100th.
Elisa Camplin.
Exactly, dude. Matthew Mitchum. Now it's jumping, but he's diving, but it's a jump.
But he has to jump first.
He's got to jump.
So we can jump with the best of them. Always have, always will. And
kangaroos, generally.
Exactly. We love to leap down here, and that's why leapers are so revered.
Well, jumpers, Eddie. They're not leapers, they're jumpers.
Jumpers, you're right, are so revered. And that's what Zach Lomax did last night. He jumped and out-jumped a lot of them.
Well, you know what, Eddie? When you see that Zach Lomax can out-jump every single fucking human on the field, it does make you wonder why when we got into the attacking zone, apologies if you can hear the leaf blower, when we got into the attacking zone, why the fuck didn't we try that again? That was Nicho's best kick of the night.
That should have been play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down.
Bomb squad, dude.
Bomb squad.
Olakawatu's out there as well. Kick to that cunt. He loves taking the high ball.
Kick.
At that point, we needed to just play fuck it footy because we were fucked.
Kick and jump.
You need to just go, put it up, see what happens.
Kick and jump.
Put it up, see what happens.
Kick and jump. Kick and jump. Kick and jump. That's it, baby.
Fuck it footy, hit and pray. PlayStation footy, as Sebo calls it.
Put the fucking thing up there and let the boys jump. Not hard. Not hard.
It's not fucking hard.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Lomax also ran for the most metres in the game.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Well, he stays. He's sticking around.
Of course he did.
I think Tedesco stays.
I think they all.
He got a 5 as well in these fucking ratings. I know I'm putting way too much into him, but like, I thought Tedesco was pretty good given the state of the state of the game.
I thought he was solid, mate.
I don't think, and I pour one out for the ghost, Dylan Edwards. I don't see him coming back. Don't do extras, guy.
Yeah.
Hey, guy, stop doing extras.
Don't do extras. I think that the side will be pretty similar to what we saw. Obviously, we've got to replace Sua'ali'i.
We do. That's a Trell, if you ask me.
Or is it a Burton?
Listen,
if they went
I'd be putting Burton on the bench and I'd be saying to Hudson Young, thank you so much, but you're going to have to.
Did he play Hudson Young?
That's what I mean. Like, he didn't do anything. And that's no disrespect to Hudson, the Englishman. But, like, it's just, you know. If you can get Trell and Burton in there, Trell into the centres, Burton on the bench, I think Luai stays, the pinball wizard. Like, he makes me anxious watching him because he just fucking runs all over. Like, I don't know.
He can jink the cunt.
He can jink and jive and jump. But, like, I sometimes, you know when they say, like, when you get dumped in a wave and you don't know which way's up, down, left, right. Like, when I watch him, I'm like, I don't know which way we're running. Sometimes. When he's jinking and jiving.
Agreed.
I'm like, I don't know which way we're going anymore because he's all over the shop.
Agreed. Completely agree. But he also goes left and then always goes back to the right. I'm like, it's a little bit predictable sometimes.
He's left, then he's off his left, back to the right, and then he's like off the right, facing backwards, turns around, runs back, and then he ends up just going forward. Great kick for Tedesco.
Yeah. The concern, I think they'd probably play Burton in the centres, to be honest.
I don't know, dude. I mean, Trell's a fucking game breaker.
Because of his kicking.
Yeah, but you have Burton on the bench. I mean, if you bring in Mitchell Moses of
Nicho. But that's what I was saying. If Nicho stays and Luai stays.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if Moses comes in, I think it's Trell time.
Yeah, if you bring in Moses, then it's Trell time, and then it's Burton time on the bench.
Yep. Like it.
And I kind of don't do anything else.
I think you leave it as is.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I think you leave it as is.
the Englishman can fuck off.
Respectfully.
Burton comes in. Sua'ali'i's out. Trell comes in. Hynes goes out. Moses comes in. I'm happy with it.
Trell posted a photo on Instagram
I'm happy with
last
it.
night on his stories, which was, I mean, it was almost like, the way that it looked to me, and maybe I'm reading into it, was like, geez, this game's like, you could have done with me out there. So this is all he posted on his stories.
That.
Yeah. Like he had bits before and after, but there's just that him just looking puzzled and confused at the TV.
Is that a game plan? Is he game plan, or is that more like I could? Yeah, why aren't I out there?
Why I should be out there? You should have picked me.
If they replace.
Great throw.
I think if Nicho goes for Moses, you pick Latrell at centre. Fuck yeah, I like that.
I think you just do it.
The guy's big game, dude. He's box office. He's box office. He just is.
It'll be interesting to see how he plays this weekend.
I hope he rips and tears. Gives us something to get fucking excited about. So we're going to win game 2, punters and dribblers. That's obvious. That's just math, right?
Yeah, that's just rugby league math for you.
And now we start to move into a situation where we need to start believing, daring to be brave, daring to win, daring to be different.
I believe.
Daring to buck convention.
I believe. Obviously, we're we said at the start that Klein fucked the whole series. The statistics would suggest that he did fuck the whole series, fucked it good and true and proper. But anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's rugby league,
Anything
mate.
can happen. And I think we, with a couple of astute changes that I don't trust Madge to make, but hopefully he does. A couple of astute
We've
ones.
made it. We've just made it.
Well, we've made them, I know, but he doesn't listen to us anymore, and that's the concern.
Well, it's because we told him he's a cunt.
So that was,
and again, that's because of your treatment of Jake.
That's because of the treatment of Jake, and I'll stand by that. I'll stand all the way by that. Level cleared though. That was positivity level, even though I didn't feel that positive, but it kind of was positive.
It was positive
level
enough.
Cleared. Geez, that Daly Cherry Evans, he can play rugby league football. Man of the match, obviously skipper of the Manly Seagulls. I can't hate him, obviously.
Mate, I can't.
Man of the match.
Man, he was just incredible.
He's
just incredible. He set up 2 fucking tries. He kicked a 40-20. That kick that he did at the end when he took the intercept.
Yeah, took the intercept and then
and then just perfectly weights that kick. I'm like,
Coates.
this is too easy for you, cunt.
Yeah.
He's getting better and better and better. Like, when's he going to retire? He can play another 5 years.
Mate, man of the match, and like everyone was talking about, like, is this going to be your last series? It's like, if you're fucking Queensland, you don't want it to be. Like, there's no other half. Like, Tom Dearden played well. He did. He just did a job, right? Queenslanders just seemed to come in and play a fucking role.
You didn't really know he was there.
No, he was just there doing it.
Just
but
doing it.
Daly, like if Daly was to retire and Dearden was your 7, or like Sam Walker, it's like they're not really that. Like they're not close to him in terms of being able to do what he does. I believe, if he hadn't already, has elevated himself to an Origin great. Maybe it's after this series win. I think he's already there, but like if they win this series, certainly. But like he's
been incredible the last 4 or 5 years in Origin.
5 years.
He's been fucking incredible, particularly the last 3. I think.
Yeah. How many Origin games he played, please, Tobler? He was
fucking amazing. Hammer was fucking amazing.
My
Cobbo
God.
was fucking amazing.
Dude, Cobbo coming on, and that was I was angry at Zach Lomax there because he got absolutely bitched. But
it was brutal.
It was like it was shades of Greg Inglis to Gaznier and like Wolfman or Gaznier and Turner, where he's just bang bang, palmed and running down the side. But Cobbo just fucking flattened Zach Lomax, and then the Hammer hat trick. And also, how many tries Hammer scored in like 5 Origin games?
Well, it was
like
6.
7?
It was 6 in 5. So what is it now?
Well, it'd be 8 and 5.
8 and 6.
Well, so it was 6-5 before
I think it was
the game.
6-5. I'm pretty sure I read that last night. I could be wrong. I probably am.
DC has played 23.
23 Origin games.
How far? Like, I just...
And Hammer scored 8 tries in 5 games.
There you go. Someone needs to clip up us going, Hammer's going to get fucking...
Yeah, find us absolutely. Like when Hammer got picked
bitched
for
by
Origin.
Tommy Latrell. We're like,
Yeah.
dude, he's going to get fucking pounded. He's dog shit.
Yeah, we and listen, credit to us though, Eddie. Credit to hands, just like real hands in the air, guys. Like credit to us for
We've got our
being
hands
so
up, 'cause we're-
self-aware and acknowledging.
Because we're made of the right stuff,
Yeah.
mate. And we got backbone and we can acknowledge when we are
Temerity.
horribly and disgracefully wrong.
Which is almost never, but
And on this occasion,
hands in the air, both hands. Hammer is a fucking rugby league handful.
in Origin, he's just...
He
He's a
is
sicko.
so good.
He's a sicko for it.
Listen, you can forgive us. I think if you're trying to give us, it's like he was playing for the Cowboys, who weren't very good, and then playing for the Fish, and you just didn't know. He like in a really good side that can actually use him well.
Yeah.
Of course, he's fantastic. So hands in the air, credit to us for being fucking so upfront.
That's a great round of applause for us, pat on the back for us.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm sick of saying, like sick to death of saying. Ben Hunt of all cunts.
Dude,
He just dozer. He just loves giving it to us, doesn't he?
He's a footballer, that kid.
He just loves
football.
ploughing us, just putting it in nice and deep.
Yep. Honestly, mate, he's just a fucking good player. I tell you what, Billy Slater disrespected Daly Cherry Evans in the post-match press conference by basically saying that Ben Hunt was the captain. He was like, he's captain out there, and Daly has just got man of the match and is sitting next to him, and I'm like, obviously I'm looking for riffs, but that was like, how? That's like the rudest thing. You've got your captain sitting next to you there, bush poet.
Of course we're looking for riffs. What else have we got? We've got nothing else.
You got your skip next to your bushy, and he just got man of the match.
Show a bit of respect.
Show a bit of fucking respect.
Show a bit of respect.
Captain Manly captain's getting disrespected left, right, and centre.
Show a bit of respect, you can't. Do the right thing and show respect.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing and show some respect. Dozer. Did Dozer get a double?
Yeah, Dozer double.
Oh,
dude.
God.
Yeah, that would have been paying fucking huge. Shout out to all of my bets that didn't get up. We were going absolutely ham responsibly, but not a single one.
I probably had 12 on maybe.
Yep, all responsibly.
They were all responsible. None of them got up. We obviously went super hard last week when the team got announced and we got giddy.
Yeah.
That went down in a blaze of glory.
That was over in 7 minutes, and I didn't even think about it until I did think about it, and then I was like, oh, that's tough.
I think I thought about it at half time. I thought,
I wonder. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Whoops. We're fucked there.
Oh dear, that was silly.
That was an emotional decision.
That was really, really silly of me. But not the end of the world.
No, not the end of the world by any means, because it was responsible. It's hard to, like, everyone like, Queensland, fucking Queensland. Like, you won with an extra player, so let's also relax. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bit of fucking Queensland cocksucking autofellatio going on.
That's all they know how to do.
Like, it's all right, guys. You did win. Ashley Klein ruined the game. You did win. You had a man down. Like, let's calm the fuck down.
Listen, you can turn around and say we did what we needed to, and I'd be like, yeah, you did.
You did.
You won the game because you had 12 men. But get your penis out of your mouth because it's getting ridiculous.
Well, it's you're in public. Stop sucking yourself off.
Give it a break.
But like,
we
also made a game of it at certain points, and we were a man down for basically 80 minutes. So stop sucking your own penis.
Before we got plowed at the end, it was a game.
Yeah.
Because we are made of the right stuff.
We came out in the second. We were winning the second half for a significant period of that second half.
Correct. With fucking essentially 11 men because Jake was on the bench the whole time. So again, take your penises out of your mouths. We got to go to Melbourne. You got to get a win down there, or if not, another one in Queensland. You can suck yourselves off then if you get the series.
Yeah.
But for now, put it away.
Put it away. Too early to be doing that.
Should we go have a little cry?
Yeah, probably, mate. Anything else we got to get to before we wrap this up? Shout out to the Bounce Out Trackies for getting me through. That's for damn sure. I've never been more comfortable.
Punters and dribblers, if you want to run the marathon.
Oh, yeah. You want to run the marathon?
Well, we're going to end on a high.
Yeah.
We're going to end on a high.
Positivity.
Positivity. Positivity. Positivity. All right. Now, because we look after you cunts, and you can't say we don't.
No, you can't say that.
Because we fucking do.
We do.
We have got 90 additional marathon tickets.
The last remaining from our good friends at Sydney Marathon. How do you get them? First in, best dressed. If you email goers at hellosport.com.au. That's Goers.
Thank you, Tom. The first 90, right, I will reply to you with another email. Are you listening?
Yeah, it gets a bit technical here.
But it'll also be in the email. I'll reply to you with your unique link, right? Once you've clicked that link, you have 10 minutes to buy your ticket. If you don't use it in 10 minutes, it won't work and you fucking shot yourself in the cock.
Yeah.
Or vagina. So once you get the email and you click the link, you've got 10 minutes. You must buy your tickets by Sunday, June 16th. Sunday, June 16th, so move quickly. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on being a goer.
That's
a reminder of what that means. You're going to get you're going to get kitted out in a goer's running top. You'll also get a Good Day hat. Good Day Goers Run Club. You also get a training program if you message or email turbo@hellosport.com.au. You will also be getting a 10 grand bar tab, and you can party with me and Tom at the Ivy.
After the race,
which is going to be mad. We've got a Good Day Run Club with a date to be confirmed. It'll be somewhere in Centennial Park in the next couple of months. So there's a lot to play for. There's a lot on the line. There's 90 left. There's like 4,000 people on the wait list, I believe, trying to do this damn thing. So these things are like fucking gold. Mm-hmm. Goers at hellosport.com.au, the first 90 will get a link. You can't ask for 2 links. You can only ask for 1 link. Don't ask me for 2 fucking links. Otherwise, I won't send you one.
And if you fucking, I ran out of time, too bad. You get one shot.
There's nothing I can do about it. It'll be in the email. If you fuck it, it's your own fucking fault.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Too bad.
Also, if you're in some other lame team and you want to swap over to the Good Day Goers Run Club, just email info@sydneymarathon.com. Right, I love yous all.
Love yous.
Bye.
Building cleared.
Building cleared.
Could you two just not talk anymore?